Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. RHOC Teresa Giudice asks fans for prayers, gets backlash. People online are slamming Teresa Giudice after she asked for prayers for her ex-husband Joe recently. She is one of many celebrities that have recently come under fire for sharing clickbait posts. At this point, RHOC fans are fed up with it. Continue reading to see what she shared. Teresa Giudice asks for prayers for Joe. The Real Housewives of New Jersey star has a tendency to post clickbait articles. Other stars like fellow housewife Kim Zolciak and MTV's Janelle Evans have been called out for similar posts in recent history. Teresa Giudice took to social media to share a selfie of her ex-husband Joe. In the caption, she wrote, "Pray for Joe," with a broken heart emoji and the praying hands emoji. Then she instructed people to see the comments for more details. In the comments, the RHOC legend posted an article. The story talked about how Joe Giudice recently took to social media to talk about a safety hazard on his balcony. Joe now resides in the Bahamas and he recently noticed that some of the spindles on his railing were loose. When he grabbed them while doing sit-ups, they came out and he wound up taking a tumble. "All of this is loose, this all needs to come down. I need to redo all that," Joe said. He appeared to be completely fine after the incident. Fans have had enough of Teresa's bogus posts. Unsurprisingly, people dragged Teresa Giudice for seemingly hinting at something being wrong with Joe. Fans let her have it in the comments. "Ridiculous clickbait again. OMG, pray for Joe because he needed to fix some spindles that were loose on his balcony. Good Lord," one person wrote. Another commenter chimed in, "This is a scam. Don't bother, she gets paid for the clicks. Nothing happened to Joe. Does Joe get part of the money you make from this clickbait nonsense?" A third person asked. Several people pointed out that hundreds of people have died from Hurricane Helene ripping through the South. "Give me a break. My brother lost everything in his home," one person commented. A number of other people agreed, pointing out that there are people suffering throughout the country, but Joe only had a close call. Right now, Teresa Giudice is gearing up to appear on Season 2 of House of Villains. Although filming has wrapped up, she has been sharing promotions for the new show. Sneak peeks show that RHOC star going head-to-head with Tiffany New York Pollard. Many people have suggested that Teresa may have finally met her match on the reality show. Teresa Giudice, one of the most recognizable faces from the Real Housewives of New Jersey, RHOC, recently took to social media with a heartfelt plea, asking her fans for prayers. Known for her no-nonsense attitude, her high-profile family drama, and of course her deeply tumultuous journey through legal trouble and personal transformation, Teresa is no stranger to stirring emotions. However, this time it wasn't the Giudice family's business or a fiery argument with a fellow castmate that put Teresa in the spotlight. It was her simple request for support that ignited a firestorm of controversy. When Teresa first posted her call for prayers, many assumed she was referring to a personal or family emergency, something dire that would warrant such an emotional outcry. She shared a solemn message alongside an image that captured her looking reflective, her eyes gazing down, a rosary in her hand. The caption was brief but filled with emotion. "Please keep my family in your prayers during this difficult time. Your support means the world to me." Initially, the comments section was flooded with sympathetic responses. Fans expressed their concern and offered prayers, sending love and virtual hugs. For a moment, it seemed like the RHOC star was receiving the support she had hoped for from her followers. But as time passed and no specific details about the nature of the request emerged, some fans and online critics began to turn on Teresa. The mystery surrounding the reason for her prayer request started to raise eyebrows, leading to speculation, frustration, and, ultimately, backlash. In the world of reality TV, where every moment is either documented or speculated upon, fans have come to expect transparency, especially from someone like Teresa, who has lived much of her life in the public eye. Over the years, she has shared everything from her legal battles and financial woes to the heartbreaking loss of her parents. But this time, the vagueness of her post, combined with her refusal to clarify, left many feeling confused and in some cases, betrayed. Within hours, Teresa's social media feed was no longer filled solely with supportive comments. Criticism began to creep in. Some users accused her of being overly dramatic or of using a vague emotional appeal to drum up attention. A few went so far as to question whether this was simply a ploy to create buzz for an upcoming episode of RHOC. "Stop being so cryptic," one follower wrote. "You've shared everything else. Why not be honest now?" Another commented, "Feels like you're fishing for attention without giving us the full story." The backlash only intensified when other fans pointed out that Teresa's life seemed relatively stable at the time. She had recently shared photos of a lavish family vacation, celebrated milestones with her daughters, and was basking in the glow of her marriage to Louis Rulis, which had been a major storyline in recent seasons. For some, the juxtaposition of her seemingly happy life with the cryptic request for prayers didn't sit well. Despite the growing criticism, Teresa remained silent for several days. As the speculation continued to swirl, fans dissected every aspect of her life, looking for clues as to what could be going wrong behind the scenes. Some even speculated that the prayer request might have been related to her husband, who had also been at the center of rumors and tabloid gossip. Others thought perhaps it was a health issue concerning one of her daughters, Gia, Gabriella, Melania, or Adriana. The lack of clarity only fueled the fire. Reality TV, particularly the Real Housewives franchise, thrives on drama, and Teresa is no stranger to being in the thick of it. However, there's a delicate balance between sharing enough of your life to satisfy your fans and protecting your personal boundaries. It seemed, in this case, Teresa had inadvertently crossed into murky territory by giving just enough information to spark curiosity, but not enough to quench it. As more media outlets picked up on the story, the backlash became a headline in its own right. Teresa Giudice's prayer request sparks fan outrage. Read one article. Other pieces criticized the reality star for being manipulative, suggesting that her post was an attempt to gain sympathy without offering any real substance. Yet, amid the criticism, there were still those who came to Teresa's defense. Loyal fans argued that everyone has the right to ask for support in their own way. "We don't need to know everything," one fan wrote. "If Teresa wants to keep some things private, that's her choice." Others pointed out that despite her reality TV fame, she's still a person with real feelings and struggles, and her request for prayers might have been a way to cope with something she wasn't ready to share publicly. As the days passed, the situation began to die down, with no further explanation from Teresa. The cycle of backlash, speculation, and defense had run its course, leaving behind a cloud of unresolved tension. In many ways, it was a reflection of Teresa's entire journey on RHOC, a constant tug-of-war between public persona and private struggles. In the end, Teresa's call for prayers and the subsequent backlash was a reminder of the complex relationship between reality TV stars and their audience. Fans feel a sense of ownership over the lives they watch unfold on screen, and when a star like Teresa withholds information or appears to be less than forthcoming, it can feel like a breach of the unspoken contract between them and their viewers. However, as with many things in life, context is everything, and sometimes what seems like a dramatic plea for attention might just be a moment of genuine vulnerability. As the dust settles, it remains to be seen whether Teresa will ever address the incident directly. Perhaps, in true Giudice fashion, it will be brought up at the next RHOC reunion, where tensions often reach their boiling point. For now, fans are left to wonder what was really going on behind that prayer request, and whether they'll ever get the full story.